Hello, welcome to another segment of the Moment of Truth with Coach Effiong. This is a program of the Center for Character and Leadership Development based here in Abuja, Nigeria. We show people how to achieve their goals, whatever that goal might be, using two core principles, which is the principles of truth and love. There are no other principles more powerful than the principles of truth and love. And by these principles, all other principles hangs. And so we show people how to achieve results. Our programs are result-based, and so you are welcome to participate in any of our programs, and I bet you it will be a wonderful time. This program is a moment of truth, and we are looking at certain issues of life as pertaining how to navigate through it successfully. And we just ended a segment, and we're starting another one on the inside out leadership. We're looking at leadership from the perspective of inside you projecting outside rather than moving from outside inside. And last week we looked at certain issues. Today we want to consider something I will call our friends and our enemies. There are friends that we have, there are enemies that we have, but today we want to focus on what I termed enemies in quotes. And these enemies are enemies that are within us. We don't have any of them outside us. They are all within us. Our enemies are all within us. And our friends too are all within us. So as you listen, if you have any comment, you have questions, please feel free to fill it in on the comment section and we'll be glad to respond to you. If you have any question, please let us know. If you have any comment, let us also know. We'll be glad to respond to you immediately. Yeah, good morning, my wonderful friend and coach, Inyang Ate Inyang. It's a pleasure having you join us this morning. Thank you for joining. So we'll go straight to the program. Now, life is all about moving from inside outside. And like is usually said, leadership is all about result. Result is the name of the game in leadership. So how do you achieve real result, tangible result in life, whatever you are doing? How do you guarantee that the path you've chosen, the career that you have chosen is the career you should choose, and how do you achieve tangible result with them? So today we want to focus on those things that tend to inhibit us from achieving those results. And next week, we'll look at those things that encourage us and enhances our chances of getting the result that we want. So first on our list, on my list, we'll look at 5 of them really. There are 5 of those friends and enemies that we'll look at. And all of them are potent. All of them are strong. All of them are very powerful. There are things that you should deal with. First on our list is what I call fear. Fear is real. I mean, all of us are afraid of something, but the depth of that fear is deeper in some people and lesser in some other people. Everybody is afraid of something, no matter how small, no matter how big. However, those who have succeeded have been able to manage those fear. Now, fear is simply an emotion that responds to the threat of losing something very precious to you, or an emotion that responds to the threat of pain, any form of pain happening to you, or an emotion that responds to the threat of failure. So it's either you are afraid of losing something very precious to you, or you are afraid of a failure, or you are afraid of certain harm coming to you. Now, this Fear could be real and sometimes could be imagined. 80% of the times, our fears are the fears we imagine. They are not real. And that's why 80% of our fears never come true. There are things that happen because of the news we listen to, because of the environment we find ourselves. And so we discover that we are just afraid of so many things. Sometimes some people are afraid of heights, some people are afraid of public speaking, some people are afraid of human beings, some people are afraid of friendships, some people is because of the information they have with respect to these areas of their lives, and it causes apprehension. And fear has torture. Real fear has tremendous torture, and it leads to pain, it leads to depression, it leads to loneliness, it leads to all other forms of negative emotions. Fear is like the foundation of the inhibiting enemies that we have within us. And these are the things that makes us sometimes shy away from leadership responsibilities, shy away from grabbing our opportunities that keep knocking on our door every day, because we are afraid to fail. We are afraid that something negative might happen. And so we shy away because we don't want to be seen as someone who cannot succeed. Now, fear comes in different ways. One, like I said, is a fear of death. Death might not be a physical death itself. It could be death of a relationship. It could be death of a business. It could be death of any other thing coming to an end. Something you have worked for, something you have strived for, something about your life, something about your whole being suddenly dying off within your very arms. And because you are afraid to lose it, for some people, they've been in a relationship, even though the relationship is not yielding something so important to them, but they are afraid to leave. They believe that if they leave, their life have ended. So because they are afraid to leave something that is not useful to them, they remain in bondage, they remain in torture, they find themselves depressed and so many other issues. And that emotion, that negative emotion leads to so many other issues in their life. So the first thing that inhibits us is fear. For some people, they are afraid to try new things, to take risks, to dare new paths. And because they are afraid to start, they are afraid of failing in that thing they have done. Maybe over the years, they failed in so many areas of their lives, and this is one of them again. So they are afraid to start. I remember when, while in school, I had a friend come to me and said he would like to stay with me for a while. I allowed him. And for more than 3 months, it was a very nasty experience between me and him. It was very ugly. And eventually, he had to leave. Just 2 weeks after that, another friend came to me and said he would like to stay with me again for a while. The first thought that came to my mind was, should I open up myself for another level of trauma? But thank God I did that. And I live to always appreciate the second relationship. So failing in your first relationship, failing in your first business, failing in your first career, failing in your first endeavor should not be the platform on which you base every other decisions of your life on. You have to come out. If a child is afraid to fall, that child will never walk. Falling and rising up is part of life. So the first enemy that keeps virtually everybody at bay is fear. If you must make progress in your life, you must find a way to overcome this fear. And one way you could overcome this fear is daring those things that you are afraid of. If you're afraid of height, find a comfortable height. You could look for a 20-story building, climb to the topmost floor, and look through the windows. Deal with those fears, and you will discover that there was really nothing behind this fear. If you're afraid of public speaking, look for a platform. Toastmasters International is an excellent platform you could use to overcome your fear of public speaking. And we have several people that could help you deal with that. So one way to deal with your fears is to develop courage, is to tell yourself, I must face this fear. Because the three questions that come to mind with respect to fear is, what is this fear keeping me from? What am I losing because of this fear? And what do I stand to gain if I face and confront this fear? These questions will open up avenue your mind to certain ideas, and you will discover that there's really nothing to be afraid of at the end of the day. So you must ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? What is this fear keeping me from? What opportunities are these fears inhibiting me from achieving? And finally, what do I stand to gain if I confront this fear headlong? And most times, all the people who succeeded, when they dare to confront their fear with courage and boldness, they discovered that there was really nothing as much as fear. It was just their own mental creation. And that is what I said, 80% of our fears are self-created, and it has to be self-destroyed. No one else will help you overcome them except you. You have to stand up. You have to tell yourself enough and move on with your life. Fear will always be there, but you have to brace up. You have to be filled with courage to face it. The second enemy within us, which is responsible for most of our challenges in life, is what I call doubt. Doubt is emotional state of uncertainty or lack of conviction. It is a yes or no feeling. Should I or should I not? Can I or can I not? Anytime you find yourself between two opinions, should I take the first step or should I not? Should I dare or should I not? Without having a real conviction about the thing that you want to do, doubt could be a stumbling block for you. Now, doubt also has to do with a yes or no platform. Yes, I will. No, I won't. So a yes and no is another form of inhibiting factor. A lot of people have been kept where they are because they cannot say yes and stand by that yes. Courage and faith and belief is the anchor on which you must base your life to be able to overcome doubt, especially self-doubt. Doubt is only permissible when you are going into a contract, when you are trying to sign something very serious and you are not sure about the content of what you are signing. You could decide to verify. But once you verify and you are sure that this is what you would love to do, you have to develop absolute conviction that I'm going into this thing, I'm going into it all alone. Because without that kind of commitment, whenever there is any form of troubles or turbulence along the way, you'll find yourself drifting. And people who doubt are usually unstable in all their ways. They are very unstable people. They say yes when the situation says yes, and they say immediate no when the situation changes to no. They don't have the mind of themselves. They don't have their stand. They cannot stand pressure. They cannot withstand pressure. They cannot say yes despite negative appearances. They don't have their own say. And such people are never successful. They are very unstable. And unstable people are very unfruitful in all they touch their hands to do because they can abandon the project 95% completion. They could just wave and never be able to stay all the way through. There are people we have seen have started a book, never able to complete it because along the line they said no. You may not be able to, you may not say the no audibly, but by your action, once you don't follow through on your project, once you cannot follow through on your dreams, once you cannot follow through on something you have started, something that you know of immense value to you, you are unstable and you have to deal with that. You have to be able to form what I call courage. You have to build your belief and say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to see it through irrespective of the kind of challenge that I face. Someone puts it this way: pour all your heart into your work, and without giving any mental recognition to the possibility of defeat, enter into it single-handedly. Let your belief be single. Let your hope be single. Let your focus be crystal clear. This is what I am going to do. I'm going to stay on it. Whether I am happy about it right now or not, I am convinced that this is the path I want to go. I'm going to go through it no matter what happens. People with that kind of resoluteness of purpose usually achieve their goal without fail, because they said where there is a will, there must definitely be a way. So you have your potential, you have the ability to stay. But once you begin to doubt, everything begins to crumble. So another enemy that you need to deal with in your life, which is also within you, they are not without you, they are all within you. Doubt is within you. Is that absence of conviction within you that this thing you can stay on it, follow it through from start towards the end. So doubt is the second enemy that you will have to deal with to be able to achieve your goal. The third one is also a very funny one, and yet very, very potent, is what I call procrastination. Procrastination simply say, I will do it someday. I will do it tomorrow. I will do it next week. There's still time. I'm going to do it. Sometimes someone told me I have started reading like 5 books. I've never been able to complete any of them. I said, really? What happened? He said, well, something came up and then I just discovered that I'm distracted to somewhere else. Procrastination is another internal habit that inhibits us from achieving our goal. Someone is good at starting, but is never good at finishing. A project is not done until it is done. It is not finished until it is finished. So whenever you have something to do and you find yourself saying, I will do it tomorrow, I will do it later, I will do it sometime, you are dealing with losing tremendous opportunities. You are dealing with postponing your life, because procrastination has to do with time. And whoever wastes time is wasting his or her life. So procrastination is a thief of our time and is equally a thief of our life. One regret in the book, 5 Regrets of the Dying, is that people wish they have done what they ought to have done when they had the opportunity, when they had the time, when they had the health, when they have everything working for them. One singular regret that people always have on their dying bed is, I wish I had done what I supposed to have done when I supposed to have done it. Don't let that be you. Whatever your hand have found to do, don't shift it till tomorrow. Procrastination happens a lot in the office. You are given a task to do, and then you find yourself saying, I will do it tomorrow. And well, it's a 2 weeks project, so I think I can manage doing it in 1 week. I love working under pressure. There are some people who say that, well, if you know how to work under pressure, good and fine. But not everybody can do that. If you know you cannot work under pressure, it is good for you to change I will do it later to I will do it now. I'm going to finish it now. I'm going to start it now. I'm going to complete it now. Let your doing it later be changed to doing it now. You can only overcome procrastination by doing it now, by dealing with it now, by solving the problem now, by confronting it now, by starting that project now, by doing whatever you have set your heart to do, doing it now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not later today, not 1 hour's time, doing it now. I've seen that sometimes you find yourself doing insignificant things. Another way to overcome procrastination is asking yourself, what is the consequences of not doing this thing now? What else would I be doing with this time if I don't do this project? And what is the consequences of shifting this project to a later date? You don't have all the time. Whatever you have to do that will bring the highest productivity into your life, that will bring the highest benefit to your life, do it now. Procrastination has been the enemy of so many lives. Don't let it be you. Do it now. Face it now. Whatever you know you have been longing to do, but have been procrastinating, have been shifting. I will do it. I will do it. Today is another opportunity for you. Start doing that thing and do it now. Whatever will change your life, start that thing now. Whatever decision that you know you have to make and you know it will have a positive impact in your life, make that decision now. Change your statement to I will do it now, whether you feel like or you don't. That doesn't matter. The most important thing now is finishing what you have started and finishing it now. Now, the fourth enemy that we have within is one of the greatest, is what I call ignorance. You know, ignorance is so terrible, so deadly, that everyone should avoid it by all means. I believe that ignorance is more powerful than the devil. I tell you, ignorance is more powerful than the devil. I remember a very funny story about a young lady who served a very wealthy man. And the man had several estates. And because she served the man so well, the man decided to will everything he had to her. And the lawyer had finished all the will and then put it together inside a certificate and gave the certificate to the man. And when the man was dying, handed over the certificate to the lady. And by that certificate, the lady is entitled to everything the man has. And when the man gave the lady the certificate just before he died, the lady felt so bad. And she asked herself, of all that I have done for this man, it is only paper that the man could give me, because she couldn't read or write. And though she show everyone how mean and how wicked this man was, she went and hung that certificate in her house. So one day, her friend came, and as she was just going through the walls and the things on the walls, she stumbled on the certificate. And when she read it, she asked her, "What is this?" She said, "Well, that is what that wicked man gave me." And the lady said, "The man had willed everything he has to you. You don't need to be here. You are supposed to live in the man's estate." She was stunned because all her life she has lived in penury, because she didn't know that the certificate she was holding contained all the wealth that the man has. You know, in his book, The Acres of Diamond, Russell Conwell said, everyone is standing right now in his or her own acre of diamond. Whatever career you are now, whatever line of business you are doing now, is your own acre of diamond. There are infinite opportunities for you to explore in whatever you found your hands to do. But look at it, how many people are really succeeding? Because they really don't know what it means to succeed in that line of business or career. And you find people living only on salary and living a very miserable life, when between their ears, in their mind, is an unexplored universe, as Elle Nightingale will put it. And because the mind could do any task that you give to it, but we usually give it a very flimsy and simple task. And so we don't go far in life, simply because of one thing: ignorance. We simply don't know what it means to transform our lives. And so we die in penury, we die complaining, we die in poverty. Something that the Creator has built into us in that particular certificate. You can imagine if that lady has understood what she was holding, what kind of life she would have been living. But because she didn't know, she went back into darkness. She went back to live in abject poverty. By all means, learn to find knowledge, even if it will cost you money. Find knowledge, not just any kind of knowledge, knowledge of the truth. It is a truth that will set you free. It is a truth that will liberate you. It is a truth that will open your eyes to what you are. It is a truth that will open your eyes to your potentials. It is a truth that will open your eyes to the boundless opportunities that lies in front of you and have been beckoning for you to achieve them, beckoning for you to explore, beckoning for you to live and enjoy life. There's so much you can enjoy about life if you only will educate yourself, educate your mind, educate your emotions, educate your will, educate your brain, and make sure you know what it takes to succeed. You don't have to die in penury. You don't have to die poor. Make sure you know. You know, there's a slogan people say that what you don't know cannot kill you. I think that is a lie. I really believe it's a lie. What you don't know could be killing you. I remember a sad story of someone who tried to put out electricity fire with water mixed with Omo, with a detergent. He was trying to put out an electric fire with water mixed with detergent, and he ended up losing his life. What you don't know could be the thing keeping you where you are. What you don't know could be the thing hindering you from making that progress, from achieving that goal, from enhancing your life. Don't wallow in ignorance. You know, someone said, if a wise man looked at an ignorant man, he would just feel sorry for the man. You can imagine how the other lady who read the content of that certificate felt for the woman who didn't know what she was holding. Those who know what potential you have could just be shaking their head in sorry for you because of your ignorance. Friends, make sure you find out the truth about every aspect of your life. And I tell you, you'll be glad that you did. And the final enemy which we have to deal with is what I call limiting beliefs. It's also equally very potent. Believes that I cannot do it. There are certain lives I cannot live. There are people, and you tell them, you have the power to do this. They say, oh, forget it. I know myself. It's a family line thing. I don't think I can make it. I don't think I can do that. Who told you? How did you find out all these negative beliefs? Why have you used your own hands to tie yourself bound and keep yourself in a particular place? Why have you not tried it? Why have you not tested it? Why have you not moved along with it? Who told you that you cannot achieve it? Who said that you, out of all your family, cannot be different? Your limiting beliefs are also within you. There are all those beliefs, all those erroneous, all those negative beliefs that you have built either from experience, either from your society, either from your environment, from your traditions, from your customs, that are not allowing you to explore life. There are some people that when you ask them, what's your impression about the rich? Oh, the rich, none of them are rich, none of them are pure, none of them are getting rich in the right way. But who told you? There's so many people, because of their ideas, because of their ingenuity, they're making so much money. And that could be you. Don't limit yourself by your own beliefs. And beliefs are very powerful. They are very potent. They can change your life within just 6 months. To deal with negative beliefs, you have to remove the word limiting and replace it with the word enhancing. So you have to build enhancing beliefs. You have to believe no matter what happens, I think I can make it. We've seen people, KFC Island, the man started his business at the age of over 60 years. Who said you are too old to try? Who say you are too young to try? We're seeing millionaires who are less than teenagers who said you cannot achieve anything that you set your heart to do. So one thing to deal with limiting belief is changing the limiting to enhancing, to upgrading, to inspiring beliefs. So you must learn to hover your life around inspiring beliefs, inspiring statements, inspiring objectives, inspiring advancement. You must move your life around there. Don't go near limiting beliefs. Don't go near limiting statement. Don't go near limiting anything negative. Please stay away from it, because they have a way of restraining you from exploring. I tell you, life was meant to be explored, not to be endured at all. Life was meant to be explored, and you cannot explore it until you believe that you can. We've seen people without hands, without legs, transforming their lives into perfection and beauty. Why not you? We've seen people who come from very low background and they have gone to heights that was never imagined. Why not you? You can achieve anything if you believe that you can. To change the limiting beliefs to enhancing belief, to uplifting beliefs. And I tell you, in no time at all, you will be the one that will be glad that you did. Thank you so much for being there today again. Thank you, my friend, for your comment. Very true. I like that. Absolutely. Thank you for that commendation. Thank you so much for being there today. It was a pleasure having you. This is the Center for Character and Leadership Development, a program that we call the Moment of Truth, where we try to show you how you can navigate through life. It's been a pleasure having you and having your comments and questions sent after each episode. Thank you so much for being here, and looking forward to seeing you again same time next week, or maybe a different time next week. But surely we'll be here again to share with you our friends. Today we looked at our enemies, which we have within us, and we looked at 5 of them. We saw one to be fear, unnecessary fear. We saw another one to be doubt, doubting yourself that you can. We saw another one, procrastination, shifting something that you should do now to the future. We saw the next one being ignorant. Oh no, it's so powerful, so deadly. And we see the last one, number 5, as a limiting belief. So we consider them our internal enemies, are the enemies that fight us from within, not the one from your village, not the one from outside. They are all within you. They are all within me. And to fight them, you have to look for weapons also by holding on to your friends. You also have friends, very potent friends. And that is what we are going to look at next week. Next week is also going to be very powerful. And I'm going to say, please stay tuned and we'll take the ride again together. Please send your comments coming in. And if you need to, thank you so much for your comments. No legs, no hands, but unlimited. Wow, achieving great things. Absolutely. We have so many examples around us with people who don't have hands, people, we have one of the greatest physicists that have lived, couldn't talk, but yet see what he was able to, I'm talking about Hawkins, was able to do an amazing thing. So why not you? Why not you? Why not you? Why not you? You may not have hands, whatever metaphor you could say, you may not have legs, but I tell you, you are limitless. You are limitless. Drop those limiting beliefs, and the sky could just be your starting point. I can't wait to see you at the top. So join us again next week as we look at another very profound statement about the friends that we have. And you'll be amazed at those friends that are waiting and ready to take you to any height that you are ready to go. Thank you again for watching, and I would like to say bye for now. Thank you so much, Nyangate, for being so effective and active during the whole session. I'm so pleased. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and bye for now.